Central banks in focus. Hi, this is Ahura with a short video about the most important events and data to watch in the next few days. The week ahead will be the monetary policy meeting week as central banks, including central banks in the United States, Japan and England, will come together to decide how they have to react to the geopolitical tensions and inflation. This is why Russian and Ukrainian conflict is still creating uncertainty across the market, and patience will be the most practical advice to the traders in such conditions. Number 1. China retail sales and industrial output. The first real data from China, which will cover the 2022 economic improvement, will be out on Wednesday. Retail sales and industrial productions both are expected to increase by 3 and 3.9% respectively, while the unemployment rate also will be out and estimated to show the 5.1% for February. Ahead of Paralympic Games in China, COVID-0 policy with stringent restrictions that came after some reports about the renewed outbreak of cases early this year is the Chinese PMI numbers which we had last week. Also, with the current geopolitical conflict, we are expecting to see gradual and uneven economic development in the following months. Number 2. Fed monetary policy meeting. FOMC members will come together on Tuesday for 2 days meeting. The main subject in this meeting will be the rate hike and its digits. Will that be 25 or 50 basis points? Going towards any of them will tell us how we should judge the decision. Is that hawkish or dovish? While along with the fast increasing CPI, market participants were waiting for rate hike, Mr. Powell's testimony where he said that Fed would be careful as it removed stimulus, and now they are not willing to add any further market volatility, cooled the fans of restriction policies. Hawkish policies will add pressure on the stock market and will lift the US dollar and vice versa. Number 3. US industrial production. Apparently, the producer troubles have no end. While they were fighting with the labor shortage and supply chain disruptions, now they have other factors also to watch. Faster increasing raw materials and energy prices, which for sure will add the production price. Overall expectations for industrial production are positive with 0.5% raise during February. However, for the coming months, we have to wait and see the fate of the war. Since the market focus will be on Federal Reserve meeting and headlines from Ukraine, we are not expecting to see any significant effect of these data on the stock markets. Number 4. Bank of England policy meeting. The Bank of England also in this week will hold its monetary policy meeting against a backdrop of elevated and accelerating inflation, while uncertainty caused by war will affect the economic development and it may put a pause on BOE to stricter policies. Due to inflation concerns, investors are waiting for another 25 basis point policy rate hike to 0.75%. and repeating that in the next month, which would make the Bank of England's policy rate finish 2022 at 1.50%. This expected decision is supposed to leave the sterling against its crosses. And finally, number 5, BOJ monetary policy meeting. We already know that there is a gap between Japanese and other developed economies' monetary and rate policy, as they are not facing with the inflation concerns yet. Therefore, as BOJ Governor, Mr. Kuroda has been emphasized for Japan, there is still need to keep easing and they have time to go towards policy normalization. Therefore, we do not expect any changes in their current policies which would put more pressure on the Japanese yen but can lift the stock markets in Tokyo. Thanks for being with us and hope it is going to be an amazing week for you.